Infinite blessings and love. Namaste, namaskaram. This is Om Oracle Tarot, and this is Cancer. Excuse me, this is Cancer's mid-month magical journey check-in for mid-January to the end of January 2023. Now, I have to say that these are general readings that may not resonate with everyone. If they don't, that's all right. There's plenty of other great YouTube tarot readers that you can check out. If you would like to get in contact with me, feel free to drop a comment below in the comment section. You can also get in contact with me at the Om Oracle Tarot Instagram page, of which there's only one, and the link for that is below in the description of this video. And if any of this reading resonates with you, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe, as it is really most appreciated, and I appreciate all of you. I also want to send a big heartfelt sense of gratitude and thank you out to all those who have liked, shared, subscribed, and donated. It really does mean so much, and again, thank you so much. I'd also like to remind everybody to check your other placements, your sun, moon, and rising signs, as it can help give you a broader picture of what may be going on. You can also check out the full moon and the new moon readings that I offer here. You can also check out the beginning of the month readings that I also offer here at Om Oracle Tarot. All right. Without any further ado, please give us a message for what is on Cancer's magical journey for mid-January to the end of January 2023. 3 cards, please. I only take uprights and I only take jumpers from the deck. All right. So we have the 5 of Pentacles, the Justice card, the 4 of Pentacles, and at the bottom we have the 3 of Cups. So I feel like in the past, perhaps the past couple weeks, past couple months, you definitely have felt kind of out in the cold here. And for some of you, you may be wrestling with a lack mindset and trying to get on top of that. And with the Justice card, it does feel like the divine is saying, okay, now it's time to come in from the cold. So some fairness, some fair justice is coming your way here. And really giving you some aid here. And we have the 4 of Pentacles, so whatever it is you're working on, you're keeping it to yourself. Mum's the word. You're not telling anybody what you're working on. You also have not been letting people know that you have felt this out in the cold. So you have a few things that you are keeping to yourself. You're kind of realizing the reality of cause and effect when working with potentialities, and so you're getting control of the cause so that you can have the effect that you want. And when you do, you find more equilibrium and balance here, more stability, and this. Really, at least by the end of January, you definitely feel like your energy is kind of coming into alignment. You're starting to feel the release of this lack mindset. And so you are getting over the hump, if it will. And at the bottom, we have the 3 of Cups. So, and I usually read this in this type of situation as a ritual card. There's a pooling of energies taking place, this collaborative effort to help you out on this. Excuse me. There may need to be something communicated surrounding this help that's coming in, because you really have not let anyone know that you have been struggling, essentially. I know nobody wants to admit that they're struggling. Nobody wants to admit that they have felt out in the cold. But to those that want to help, it's all right. And sometimes it's important to be vulnerable in that way, because that's when help can kind of come in. So it does feel like you will be communicating a little bit of this to these people, and they are in turn going to help you out. And this does feel like more on a ritualistic base. So you're definitely collaborating with others to help you get over the hump here. Let's get a little bit more information. Please give us 3 cards for what is on Cancer's magical journey for mid-January to the end of January 2023. 3 cards, please. And while there's moments of silence, while I may be shuffling the deck, do pay attention to anything you see in your mind's eye. You might hear a word or some song lyrics. A strong emotion may bubble to the surface. You may smell something that reminds you of something, as this is all your intuition playing a role in this reading. As we are not together in the physical, I am connecting to your energy. And in a lot of ways, it's in these moments of silence that the deeper aspect of the reading takes place within yourself. So do pay attention to that. 3 cards, please, for our Cancers, for what's on their magical journey for mid-January. Oh, boy. That's too many. All right. Please give us 3 cards for what is on Cancer's magical journey for mid-January to the end of January 2023. All right. So we have the King of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, and at the bottom we have the Judgment card. So with the King of Pentacles, you really have been about your discipline. That's why this bubbling up of this lack mindset and this kind of struggling energy, you're surprised by it and the fact that it is here at all, because you have been disciplined. You have been about your aiming towards abundance and wealth, things like this. But this type of thing, of a lack mindset, we'll say, stems from network programming of our neural network in our brain. So we can leave behavioral patterns in the past, but because it's part of our neural network, at some point we go down those those alleyways in our mind, and these things bubble back to the surface. And so each time these things bubble up and we don't engage with these thoughts, the connection gets weaker and weaker and weaker. And so this is what you're attempting to do. But you maintain your discipline. The lack mindset hasn't affected your discipline. If anything, it's actually caused you to be a little bit more strict on yourself in this discipline. Excuse me. We have the Knight of Wands here. So you are ready for a new adventure. I feel like you're ready for the next chapter to begin. I feel like you are waiting, and I don't feel like you're very patient in your waiting. You're done with this old cycle. And this lack mindset is kind of this last little drippy drops of the past cycle here. So, and when this lifts, it's kind of like this weight or this curtain. When the curtain lifts, you are ready to take inspired action moving forward. So things really do pick up in the second half of January for you. And it's like as soon as you come in from the cold, things begin to to move forward. And we have the Two of Pentacles, so you are reprioritizing your workings, your discipline, reprioritizing kind of a positive outlook of things, and reprioritizing the importance of really shedding this lack mindset and finding a way to see the false narrative in it. And you are, I feel like you have been adapting, and you keep adapting and changing, trying to squeeze out of this lack mindset, but it keeps kind of coming around. And I feel like we'll get a little bit more resolve on that as we go. At the bottom here, we have, I mean, I could just leave it there. We have the Judgment card. So this is all leading up towards this rebirth energy for you. You're about to have an awakening. And this rebirth and awakening is going to have you feeling this heightened sense of renewal, and your moment of redemption is here. And this is all because you're listening to the inner call of the divine, and taking the messages you're receiving seriously. But this is kind of also indicating that you are still in the middle of this transition. You're still kind of in between these chapters, where this old chapter is coming to its end. The new chapter hasn't quite begun yet, but it does appear by the end of January that this new chapter will have begun. All right, please give us 3 cards for what is on Cancer's magical journey for mid-January to the end of January 2023. 3 cards, please. Okay. The Two of Cups, all right. The Prince of Swords. The Nine of Cups. We have the Prince of Wands here. So, all right. So we have the Two of Cups here. So you are definitely magnetizing something to you. There's this mutual attraction. I don't feel like this is a person, unfortunately, for those of you that are seeking something like that. And that's not to say it's not going to happen for you, but what the card is indicating is that you are being kind of magnetized towards your destiny, towards this new chapter. You're being pulled towards this new chapter. But at the same time, these elements of this new chapter are also being pulled towards you. So when we have this, it's like the speed doubles up. And so we have the Prince of Swords. So things start to move very quickly as soon as you get over this hump. And I feel like this Five of Pentacles is a very kind of short-term energy in the second half of January. I feel like it's definitely poking its head at the beginning of the mid-month, but I don't feel like it stays for very long. It does appear that you get moving, going pretty fast here, because you're really, you refuse to lose. You're driven to success here. And what you're being magnetized towards, and what's being magnetized towards you, is this Nine of Cups energy. So it's like this dream come true is being magnetized towards you. It's like this party that's about to pop off. You're headed into this celebratory energy of feeling very satisfied with where you end up. And at the bottom we have the the Prince of Wands here. So you are ready for this new adventure. It's like you're on fire for this new adventure. And like I said earlier, this is where this impatience comes from, because you almost sense that this Nine of Cups is just around the bend, and you kind of feel like something is holding you back or causing. It's like one of those dreams where you're trying to cross the train tracks or something like that. You're trying to run, and you just can't move your feet fast enough. And this is kind of this energy that you have at the beginning of the mid-month, which does appear to, like I said, once you get over this hump, you begin to move forward pretty quick. All right. Please give us 3 cards for what is on Cancer's magical journey for mid-January to the end of January 2023. We have the Two of Wands, the Seven of Wands, and the Ace of Swords. And at the bottom we have the Six of Wands. So that's great. So we have the Two of Wands. You're definitely discovering a new way to deal with this lack mindset. And because of that, you're finding strengths within yourself where you didn't think that there were. You're discovering something out about yourself and how you can level up. And when you get this information, you begin to plan for the future accordingly. You're no longer planning with this lack mindset. You're planning with this abundance mindset and the belief that your workings will come to fruition here. Then we have the Seven of Wands. So in the past, in this lack mindset, it will always have us in this protective stance, which is actually not the strongest stance that you can have. This is actually when someone gets in a protective stance, this is because they feel vulnerable. But you are persevering through this energy. And you can see on this person's chart here, they're showing a chart of diminishing returns here. They've gone deep into the red here. And so you kind of find yourself, or at least this is the perception of where you're at. I don't feel like this is actually where you're at. I feel like this is part of this false narrative of this lack mindset that has you thinking like, oh, well, like I'm way down here, I should be up here. But when this new comes in, you'll kind of realize that all this was for a purpose, and that you've always been exactly where you were supposed to be. And I feel like this is where this Ace of Swords comes into play, because you're having this breakthrough of in your thought processes here, this breakthrough of this truth, and because of that. And because you're taking what you're learning seriously, it's like you switch paths all of a sudden, or you find this new path that crosses across the field to the path that you actually want to be on, metaphorically speaking, of course, and you find yourself on the path to success, and you find yourself on the path of the Six of Wands, so moving forward with a lot of confidence and success. And it's like you can see this Nine of Cups as the peak of this mountain that you're about to reach. And as soon as you get over the hump here, you start to realize like, oh, I'm almost at the top. I was so focused on this lack mindset, I hadn't seen how far I had actually come, and that I'm almost at the top. There was this one thing that was keeping me from achieving my goals here. So you definitely move forward in a very high position. And I apologize for the glare right there. I know that. All right. Please give us 3 cards for what is on Cancer's magical journey for mid-January to the end of January 2023. Ace of Cups. 2 more, please. Thank you. Initiate of Wands. And the Fool card. And at the bottom, we have the Seven of Cups. So the divine is really coming in, the divine, the spirit, your ancestors, however you word that, whatever your verbiage is or your path is. I don't know why I'm having a hard time talking right now, but that's what it is. So the divine is coming in with this gift of love and compassion, this spiritual and emotional sustenance. This is this truth that's coming in for you. This is the gift. And this is going to allow you to have greater love for yourself, have compassion for yourself. When we're having this lack mindset, we're not having compassion for ourselves. We're having pity for ourselves. So these are definitely two different vibrations. So you're learning how to love yourself and have this compassion for yourself, where you're not the victim of forces here. And then we have the Initiate of Wands. So this is where this is kind of a surprise to you that you're in this lack mindset, because this type of topic or this type of thing isn't new to you. In the past, you have progressed past this. And so this is why it's kind of surprising that it kind of is bubbling to the surface a little bit here. But even though you don't see it, you are progressing, and you have been progressing on your path. But this false narrative of lack mindset had you believing that you were in the red, when in fact you're almost at the mountaintop here. And then we have the Fool card. So like I said, this new chapter is coming in, this new beginning for you, which is like you are so eager for this new beginning to finally click in. You're very tired of this old. So you're very eager for this new beginning. You're really needing some freedom. I feel like there's a lot of tension in your energy, at least at the beginning of the mid-January here. Whereas you are coming into this free-spirited energy. So where you have been contracted and tense, it's like all of a sudden this truth comes in, you kind of reprioritize your thinking, and it's like, oh, there's this expansive energy, and there's this sigh of relief as you come into this new energy. And at the bottom, we have the Seven of Cups. So as you step forward, there are a lot of opportunities and options presenting themselves to you. I feel like the world is your oyster once you can set down this lack mindset here. Because this lack mindset, this false narrative, is an illusion. Now, there may have been moments in your life where you have been in a position of lack. But these are momentary and these are temporary. But what happens is we carry this identification as someone who has lack, or it will most likely have lack later. And so we carry these things with us. And this is the illusionary aspect of this. But again, like I said, it's like the world is your oyster. You can have anything in all of these cups that you want, provided you can let this go. And again, I apologize for the glare on those cards. All right, please give us 3 cards for what is on Cancer's magical journey for mid-January to the end of January 2023. Oh boy, that one's hard to read. I love these cards, but the text on them is super hard to read. That's all right. 2 more cards, please. That's too many. Let's try that one more time. 2 more cards, please, for our Cancers for what's on their magical journey mid-January to the end of January 2023. Right. One more, please. Thank you. All right, let's see what this says here. Taff? Faff the footer? The footer? The footer? I don't know. Anyway, that's what the person, the figure looks like here. But this is you. So it's like this lack mindset is not authentic to you. It's not native to you. It's something that has been implanted there. And a lot of times this happens when we're young, when we're a child, and these things that we adopt from our parents or from our social group, we adopt these things. So this lack mindset isn't your nature. And you're really coming strong as you move forward in really being real, being authentic. But as you move forward, you're feeling very centered. It's like everything is like collected in. And you feel very kind of grounded at this time. And then this says the fairies of the future. So this is kind of a reminder to remind you to stay in the present moment here. The Be Here Now. I don't know if you've read the book. It's a fantastic book. Be Here Now. And this is what this card is reminding you, to be here now. This lack mindset is actually something from the past that you are projecting into the future. It doesn't actually exist except for in the mind. Even if we're remembering something from the past, this doesn't exist in the present moment. It only exists in the mind, in a memory. And if we're projecting it into the future, it still is not happening in the present moment. It's happening in the future. But when we vacillate on these things, we bring these vibrations into the present moment, where in the present moment, that's where all the power is. And then the universe says, oh, okay. And it serves us up a dish of what our vibration is. So if our vibration is lack, then we receive more situations that bring in lack. So this card is really saying, keep moving forward. Don't let this stop you, because you're almost at the mountaintop here. Then we have the Oak Men. So I feel like everything kind of hinges on you letting go of this lack mindset. Because when you do, you begin to move with a lot of strength and courage. You really have a lot of ancient wisdom in your head, in your soul. But it's like these things can't come to the surface with this cloud hanging over. So it's like when you get rid of this wisdom that you inherently have can come to the surface, and people can actually see the true depth of which you are coming with, the depth that you possess. All right. Please give us 3 cards for what is on Cancer's magical journey for mid-January to the end of January 2023. 3 cards, please. How many? All right. So we'll just cover up this 5 of Pentacles with this integrity card. We're gonna wipe this lack of mindset with some integrity. All right, we have change. So a lot of the signs, they're in their new chapter. Some of them are still dealing with the remnants of the old chapter, and this kind of is where you are. So you're still in this state of change. It's like things haven't actually changed over yet, but it's like you can feel this bubbling here of this change coming, and which you will find yourself at the top of this mountain, metaphorically speaking. And then we have rest. So there is the importance, because I feel like you have been through a real trial here. The importance to rest, take time to contemplate, and just kind of nurture yourself. What do you want to do today? Do those things. What would make you feel really great? What would fill your soul with light? Do those things. And integrity. So this lack mindset isn't in alignment with your integrity. Like I said, this isn't actually even native to you. It's like this lack mindset is like this colonizer that has come in and is attempting to colonize your mind. And it can only do that if you allow it. If you believe the false narrative, if you believe the tale that the mind is spinning, then it will be able to set up shop. But I feel like you're coming with a real strong integrity, especially when this truth hits. That after this truth hits, it's like you can only move forward with integrity, and that this is actually, for lack of a better way to say this lack mindset is below you. And to have this integrity, to know that this is below you, and that your spot is on this mountaintop, not down here. All right. Please tell us how this translates to the mundane physical world. Let us know what's going on here. All right, thank you. So we have malady. So this is a card that is speaking of being sick or in a state of recovery here. So I feel like this lack mindset, and then we have the Lover's card. So you have been in the process of recovering from something. For some of you, this is a heartbreak. I feel like for a lot of you, whatever whatever is going on, this lack mindset stems from heartache, heartbreak. And with this malady, yeah, there could be some periods where you may have been bedridden for some time. Others of you, you've really had a hard hit of anxiety. And for others of you, this is depression, things like this. But it does seem like a lot of this stems from some romantic love interaction that did not go the way that you had hoped, and was actually kind of devastating for you. Now, I don't feel like this heartbreak is what's creating these symptoms here, but it is kind of like a trigger. And because I feel like this is something from your past here, that when a situation kind of bubbles up that kind of starts to look like that or starts to feel like that, it's like these symptoms bubble to the surface, and you kind of find yourself surprised of like, why? Why does this why does this keep happening? And then we have messengers. So you're receiving, with this truth, you're receiving some messages, and I feel like this is in the spirit. You're receiving some messages of truth here, and perhaps even some visions of where you are headed, provided you can set down this lack mindset. For some of you, this is a physical message, perhaps digital in nature, of social media, in which you'll be connecting with this friend group or a group of collaborators. Thank you. All right, please give us 2 cards for what is on Cancer's magical journey for mid-January to the end of January 2023. Thank you. The Seer. So you're beginning to see. Let's get one more. One more, please. Come on. One more, please. One more, we're going to leave it at the Seer. If you got one more you want to pop out, and have it come out now. All right. Okay. So we have the Seer and the Spring. So you, with these messages, you are receiving some visionary messages that are going to help you, guide you along your way. I feel like you are also stepping into this visionary kind of energy where you are like embodying this seer. Some of you may be oracles or engaged in some automatic writing or automatic poetry. But you're getting a lot of messages from the spirit right now. And initially it's hard to say like what is just like a dream and what is a message. But as this truth really hits, it's like these are, you see the difference between the two, and you're able to focus on these visions. And we have the spring. So a spring is nourishing water kind of springing up out of what would appear to be nowhere. So this is kind of you as you reach this mountaintop, and it's like at the top of this mountain there is this spring water bubbling up, and it has this like magic elixir in it, something to that, to where this you're at the top of the mountain, but you are continuing this level up. It's like the the nectar of the gods is available for you if you can get to the top of this mountain, which it does appear for most of you, you are making it to the top of the mountain. All right, please give us 3 cards for a final message. What would you like to leave Cancers with for what is on their magical journey for mid-January to the end of January 2023? 3 cards, please, for a final parting message for our Cancers. Please. Two more cards, please. Thank you. All right. So we have the Page of Pentacles, the Two of Swords, the Page of Swords, and the Queen of Swords at the bottom. So you do find yourself kind of at a crossroads position. You could continue on trying to do things the way that you've been doing it and struggling with this mindset, or you can choose this new and go with this new truth that you have discovered and really move forward with that. And I feel like most of you are taking that second option here. But we have the Page of Pentacles here. So as you move forward with your manifestation, which appears to be your life, is your manifestation here. A lot of opportunities open up for you on this new path. Now, initially, you are at the beginning of mid-January, you are in this position of indecision. You can't really see which decision to make or even how to navigate or even that you have a choice. But when this truth comes in, it really changes your perspective of things. And we have a moon here, so do pay attention to the planets, the transits, the moon cycles, as these will all help you with the timing of things. You can also utilize these planetary and moon cycle energies to your benefit, which I highly suggest looking into that. And then we have the Page of Swords here. So you are finding new ways to communicate with yourself. This is going to help with this lack mindset, because this lack mindset, again, is stemming from a narrative that the mind is spinning. So there's a negative self-talk taking place that is being left unchecked for some reason. So now is the time to check that. Because, like I said earlier, you are more than eager for this new chapter to begin. And at the bottom, we have the Queen of Swords. So when this truth comes in, you become very direct with yourself. And you're like, okay, I can't do this. You are cutting out what doesn't serve you, which happens to be this lack mindset and this false narrative that the mind is spinning. And you're not taking any shorts. You are really cutting these things down at the root. And like I always say, nobody is going to mess with the Queen of Swords. This is a powerful energy that this lack mindset really doesn't stand a chance with this directness coming at it. And so you are successfully walking away from what no longer serves you. And this has really left you feeling kind of depleted with this malady. But this is usually a card that I read is like, okay, the party's over, time to get out of here. The party's gone south, time to get out of here. And so you're leaving this party and you're headed down the street to this place where the party is just kicking off here in your honor here. So that is a great move. And before this gets really sussed out, you are having some restless nights, some anxiety and worries, perhaps some nightmares. And because this is something that keeps coming around, it's like you get free and then it pulls you in, and you get free and it pulls you in. And it's kind of like this time, it's like it's the last straw. It really feels like the whole universe is kind of weighing down on you. This is the kind of tension and pressure you're experiencing. But this, too, is a temporary energy, in that you have the tools to extricate yourself out of this. And when you do, you find yourself in this level up on the mountaintop. So there is a lot of learning that's going to take place in the second half of January. And I feel like it is really learning about yourself and relearning who you are in your integrity without this superimposed narrative that, again, is not native to you. It doesn't belong there. So this is really going to change the way that you see yourself. This is going to change your spiritual beliefs across the board to really move forward without this, because then it's like everything's open. You're in this expansive energy. You're also receiving a lot of spiritual guidance at this time. Some of it you might not be able to hear or see because of this lack mindset. But it does appear that you're getting rid of that. And we have the Devil card. So this is speaking about this shadow element of this lack mindset. And that this lack mindset and this narrative is cultivating an unhealthy relationship with yourself. This is this internal, it's like your internal friend that is the narrative of the mind has become toxic, and it's time to check it, because it definitely has you feeling trapped and in a state of bondage and really contracted, restricted here. I saw what was underneath, so I have to take... So, and then we have the Moon card. So there's definitely some, you're kind of wrestling with some fear and anxiety. You definitely have felt like you have been walking down this dark path and you can't see what's around the bend here. But this has also caused you to utilize your intuition and your subconscious mind at this time. So the things that are hidden from you will soon not be hidden from you when this truth comes in. But you have been through a test, a difficult period, but this period is coming to an end, but you have to be the one to end it. This is your choice to make. Nobody else can make this choice for you. But it does appear that when you make this choice, it's like the world is yours. So I think we'll go ahead and leave this reading here. Cancers, I'm going to send you a lot of love and encouragement for the second half of January. This type of situation is not easy. It definitely is not easy, but provided you can reclaim your mind, you find yourself at the top of the mountain at this party in your honor, waiting to begin. That this party's waiting for you. So if any of this reading resonates with you, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe, as it is really most appreciated. And I appreciate all of you for tuning in, listening, and watching. However you're taking this in, you are truly most appreciated. And Cancers, I'll catch you on the next go-round. Peace.